Hi, my name is Karli June, and we're here at Northern Maverick Brewery for Beers with Bands.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun to be here.
Beer usually is.
Yes.
So you come from a small town, Listowel, Ontario.
I do.
But through your travels in music, you've obviously been to Toronto, you've been to Nashville, you've been to a lot of bigger cities.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could take something you really enjoy from your small town and wish it on a big city, what do you wish when you were in Toronto you had that you really enjoy in your small town?
Well, in Listowel, we have the Listowel Agricultural Society. It's where people have buck and does when they're going to get married. We have country dances. We have the Listowel Fair there. And there's nothing like a small town fair in my mind. And if you could put that into Toronto, I think that's something that Toronto would love.
Would do. Okay. And so let's flip that around. What do you really enjoy about big cities that you wish that you had back home?
The food. I love the food here. Even just being here for a few days, I'm just trying to go to as many great food places as I can. Yeah,
exactly.
It's the best. Yeah,
exactly.
Totally.
So let's take it back to first. Do you remember the first beer or alcoholic beverage that you ever had?
Oh, it was probably Labatt Blue. My dad, I remember, liked Labatt Blue. And I think he gave me a sip of beer because I begged him to let me try it when I was probably about 10 years old. And he knew I wouldn't like it. So he's like, sure, try it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't drink till much later.
Exactly. And I think that's a Canadian heritage moment that we've all been through, is our parents trying to dissuade us.
Yeah, he was a smart guy.
Yeah. So in the music side of things, do you remember the first concert you ever went to?
The first concert I went to was a tribute concert. Oh. My dad loved ABBA and the Bee Gees.
Oh, fun.
That was a huge part of the music in our household when I was growing up. And so we couldn't always afford to go to a lot of real concerts growing up. And so my dad took me to the tribute concert for ABBA and the Bee Gees. But to me, it was the real thing. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Live music in any form is great.
Yeah, totally. And then after that, I went to Taylor Swift. I went to see Miranda Lambert. A lot of my favorites. So.
Yeah. So what about first CD? Do you remember the first CD that you bought?
Yeah, it was Shania Twain.
Ah,
yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, Shania Twain was a staple, obviously, growing up. I also listened to Britney Spears a lot when I was little.
Yeah.
Who else? The Beach Boys. I loved listening to the Beach Boys.
Yeah, a lot of fun, upbeat stuff.
Oh, yeah. On the farm, we always had upbeat music playing out in the barn, doing the chores. My dad was milking the cows. Anything that kept the energy high and we could have fun when we were working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so let's bring it to current now. Yeah. So what are you currently drinking at the moment? And it doesn't have to be alcohol. You could be a kombucha fan or a coffee fiend. Like, what are you drinking a lot of right now?
Well, I do love a good dark roast coffee. I love trying coffee from different random small coffee shops.
Yeah.
I love supporting small places like that. So a lot of that stuff. I do also love kombucha as well. I'm really into healthy drinks. I don't like anything with too much sugar or anything in it. I love tea. I'm kind of like a 90-year-old woman a little bit. But I love red wine as well.
Okay.
A nice California red wine. I love a good beer. It kind of depends what I'm in the mood for.
Exactly.
In the season, in the winter, I like a nice like glühwein.
Yeah.
It's really nice, like a hot wine that's really nice, or a cider. So yeah, I like a little bit.
You're seasonal.
That's
good.
I like to keep it interesting.
Exactly.
Just go with what I feel in the moment.
Exactly. Exactly. And so who are you listening to a lot of music-wise?
Oh man, there's so many girls that I'm listening to right now that I'm loving. There's a song called More Hearts Than Mine by Ingrid Andress. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's one of my favorite songs that was released last year. It's about bringing someone home to meet your parents and your family falling in love with them. I love how real that song is.
Yeah.
I'm in love with that. I love Maren Morris. I'm a huge fan of just the walls that she's breaking through, especially crossing genres between pop and country as well, and just how real and raw she is. Casey Musgraves, I loved the Golden Hour record. Yeah, there's so many honestly amazing female artists that I really, really am looking up to right now.
Really good ones. Really good ones. So let's now move it into the future. So is there any dream venue that you'd like to play?
Oh, it's funny. I was just praying about this last night.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah, the Grand Ole Opry. One day, I hope that
it's
happens.
Your dream.
Yeah,
it's
just so iconic, and
so many people have been through it. And
yeah, it would. I don't know if I would be able to get through the song because I think I would cry the whole time. I would just stand in the circle and cry. But how amazing would that be? I don't think it gets any much more special than that.
Yeah. And so now you are at the Grand Ole Opry. You've gotten to play. What's on your rider? What's your dream rider items? So all those wonderful things, real or unrealistic, that you can request.
It's so funny that you asked this question. I was just talking to someone else about this as well, and I said that on my rider, I really want to have puppies.
Oh, good idea.
Like if I could just have a really cute puppy in every place I go to,
absolutely.
Wouldn't that be the best?
Absolutely.
And you could bring it out on stage, and maybe a puppy from a shelter, and then someone could adopt him.
Absolutely.
After, but that would be my dream rider. I know that's not typically what musicians would ask for, but I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. And so you just had a song released today. Congratulations.
I did. Yeah, thank you.
What happens? Like, you wake up, it's released. Like, what's going through your head?
Yeah. Well, last night I was a little bit nervous because all of a sudden it's the next day, and I've been kind of holding this song for myself and my team. But then the next day, everyone gets to hear it. So there's a little bit of nerves, but a lot of excitement. And I have the best family and friends ever. And I'm just so, so thankful for them. And, just getting their encouraging messages is kind of what, as an artist, really helps you keep going.
Yep.
But yeah, it's so much fun overall.
Yeah, it's a long day, but it's fun.
It's so much. It's such a blessing. I'm so blessed.
Some beer.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, final question. Yes. You get to brew your own beer. You get to put in your own secret ingredient that's personal to you and name it after one of your songs. What are you brewing? So you get a beer.
Oh my gosh. Can you put sangria in a beer?
Sure.
Let's do it. Say too much sangria.
Okay, we're going to put sangria in the beer, and it's say too much?
Yeah.
Yes, that is very appropriate. Perfect.
I love it. That
Coming
sounds
to an
delicious.
LCBO near you. Perfect. Exactly. And where can everyone find you on your socials?
It's Karli June is my Instagram handle. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Karli June Music. My website's karlijune.com.
Perfect. And we'll make sure that we post all of the links below. Make sure you give her a follow. Make sure you give us a follow. We're on Instagram and Twitter @BeersBands. And cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
No problem.